Good afternoon world from the north of Siargao. Today we went up to do something a little bit different in one of the cafes, Kolekbibo. They were doing a fundraising brunch, so we got some lovely food and at the same time went to watch a fashion show. We are quite familiar with the food at Kolekbibo, so we knew exactly what we were going to order, and of course we were truly satisfied with what we ate while we sat back and waited for the fashion show to start. When we told Story about this in the morning, she was super excited. She's never done anything like this before, and we haven't done anything like this on the island as of yet, and it's the first we've seen or heard of one. So it's just a local community project thing. You like the t-shirt, Story? The ukai ukai clothing is always there at the cafe, but today they decided to mix it up, add some cocktails, a special brunch menu alongside the normal menu, so you could come down and watch some of the guys parade down the clothing and do a bit of a show for everybody to watch. And then if you wanted to buy the clothes afterwards, everything they were wearing was for sale, and all of the proceeds go to help the local projects, the town of Bitag, which is in the Burgos area. I actually mentioned in an earlier video that one of the good things about being on Siargao Island is little projects like this. You see them all the time, not always the same, but always out to help the local people. So if you go there just to eat food, you feel like you're doing good because your proceeds go towards good causes and everybody's trying to raise everybody up. And this was another one of those events. You like the boots? It actually ended up being quite amusing because, of course, it's very island style. They weren't proper models, they were just people from the island. Maybe a few people have done a little bit of modeling before and others have got no clue, but it's just interesting to see people coming together and, you know, throwing away their insecurities and worries and anxieties and just like putting on a show for people just for fun. I'm also interested to see all walks of life coming together to do this, different races, people from the Philippines, people from abroad, people on holiday, people who live here. They've all come together to this small little place to just kind of join in on this event and help out and show that they care. And it's nice to be a part of that. We even had a little troop of doggies come and join us. There were two little puppies that came to the cafe and I've never seen them before. They look quite new, super cute, and I did regret not bringing Poppy because I think Poppy would have loved playing with them, although she might have gone a bit crazy. It's also good that all of the clothes that were for sale and that were being modelled were basically donations from people that have probably come to the island on their travels and they don't need them anymore and they've given them to the local people. And the good thing about that as well is that some of the stuff that was there was actually really good, like brand names like Banana Republic and Uniqlo. We actually saw some things that might be useful for our upcoming trips to some of the colder countries because people come through and they don't need things and they want to offload some of their unused, pre-loved goods, and you can definitely see that there. And it's good that you can just come to the cafe at any time and buy these things, but add to that the brunch fashion show and it made it all the better. And of course, once the music started to flow and Story got interested, she began dancing and they offered her a part in the show herself. So Story donned some of the gear, went upstairs and became part of the fashion show herself, which was really fun. She wasn't expecting that and neither were we. And it's nice to see her having fun. It actually turned out really well in the end because despite being a super rainy day and not knowing if people were going to turn up or not because there was some good surf on, and when that happens people can forget events, the turnout was okay. Yeah, there was enough people there to make it feel like a nice crowd. There was a good vibe, everybody was laughing, and it actually made for a good little event. We left straight after the fashion show finished, but we could see that people were just kind of arriving in the second half after they'd done their rehearsal run through. So you could tell that maybe the afternoon was going to go on until the fairy lights came on in the garden. We are seeing a lot of new faces on the island as well. And what is interesting is that although Siargao is a fairly transient place, you get a lot of tourists that come here just for short trips. You do also get quite a few mid-range people that will come and really make use of their time here, delving into the community projects like this one. It was organised in part by somebody who's leaving the island next week, so it's like, I don't know how long she was here for, but it's nice to know that people are using their sabbatical or vacation times to make an effort and make a difference in a foreign country that's not their own. And I really feel like I've learned that about being here on this island and here in the Philippines. People really do show a lot of care and a lot of love, and it's nice to be near to it because it rubs off on you. And we've really enjoyed this side of living on this island. We are back home already, but I want to show you what the day is actually looking like out here. It is not the best day, definitely not. But there is always something beautiful about watching the rain and listening to it fall. All that water equals life, and you can see it in the green out there and all the colour of the flowers. It definitely does bring the island back to life. Looking out this way over the trees, it's even looking quite dense again now that the trees have grown up and their leaves have burst outwards. Not looking too bad here. It's been nice because we've had the air conditioner just kind of running on dehumidifier at the moment. It's not even really cooling the house, and it doesn't need to because it feels quite nice out here as it stands. And I like the fact that everything is running off of our solar panels. Even with this dark cloudy sky day, we've got an 100% fully charged battery just with our 15 solar panels on this roof. I'll never get over how impressive this is. I'll never stop talking about it. It's going to be part of my life forever, this whole solar journey that we took. Let's get back inside. See that Popstar? Hello, Popstar. You've already calmed down, haven't you? You've already greeted us with your sniffs. You're sniffing all the dog off me, aren't you? Cuddled lots of puppies. Hey, you're licking me now. Something tasty on there. It's probably the last of the sun soon, but we got up to 90%. Looks like we're not getting much solar charge now. But then also at this time of the day, we don't use that much energy because we use gas to cook. So we don't use any of the high energy electrical appliances or anything like that. Story's working on a secret project, aren't you?
Yeah.
What do you want to write? Fine.
Find.
Find. Can you sound it out? How do you spell it?
I did it.
How do you spell it?
F-I-N-D.
Well done. I didn't even have to tell you, did I? Can I read what you're writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you show me?
It says, are you awake? There is something out here on the table. Write back and tell me if you find it.
Is that a little message for Mum?
Yeah.
Mum's having a nap right now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. I think she'll like that. Oh, Poppy! Poppy! Why are you getting all excited for? Is it because I'm sitting on the floor? Uh-oh, we're under attack, Story. We're under attack! So we actually just found out today that Kolekbibo, the cafe that did the fashion show today, actually has their own website where you can go on there and you can see what kind of community projects people are getting up to in that part of the island. So if you guys are interested in seeing how you can be part of that remotely, like how you could perhaps see what projects are interesting to you, what you'd like to support, you can actually go on there and you can support the NGOs and their projects directly. So I'll put a link in the description below to Kolekbibo, their actual official website, so you can see you're going to the right place. They've got a Gcash option, some QR codes, you know, and explanations as to what and where your money might be going if you decided to donate to some of the community projects. Because definitely we can see, still having lived here for quite some time, there are areas of the island and of the Philippines that don't get as much support and they don't get as much exposure. So being able to see people actually there making an effort and being able to do something about it, even though you might never come to the island, is one of the great things about technology and communication and how we can get a message out to you. And if you have any trust in us and our message, you can see that, you know, we're supporting these places by going there, eating, and, you know, directly buying the clothes and everything. It goes to the communities here on Siargao. And if you want to look into it yourself as well, you can check out the website too. And I think it's a really nice thing. And it's our way of, I don't know, doing our little bit as well to bring some of those eyes to those projects as well. I'll also put a link to their official Instagram page as well, so you can go and check that out as well. Let's give you guys a little ocean view before I finish off the vlog for today. Look at that. It's looking very moody and dramatic out there. Always quite hypnotizing to watch waves and rain together. It is very special, that's for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, found it different, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.